Hello magical people and welcome back to Let's Build the City. We're back today and we're going to hit the main build itself. Now the first things first, we have to start on the floor. So I decided to use the jungle wood because I think it's a great type of wood that doesn't get used that much. So here you see me digging up the dirt now. Now don't you worry, you won't see me do the whole floor. I only do part of it and then you'll see me do the rest. So the main aim today is try and get all the walls, windows and all that sort of things done. That is the plan. The plan is to get it done. So as I'm placing the last few blocks here, it's time to crack on with the tower bit of the build. Now I'm using stone brick, as I think it looks awesome. Now I did the circle inside only so I can make sure it keeps the same when it goes up to the top, because I'm a noob. Yep. Bringing down the stone brick right down to the ground to make sure that it makes the building look like it's not floating. So here we go, finishing up the last few blocks of the tower. As you see, I did it quite high because obviously I want it to stand out over the whole build itself. Now starting to go around with the stone brick again on the main part of the building. Now as you can see, I'm taking out all the wood because I don't really want the wood there. I just used it as a template earlier on. This time I'm going to make sure the wall is too thick, as you'll see later on in the video. That's so I can add some awesome patterns on to the wall. Now don't worry, the walls will not just be this plain. As you see here, we are completed. It's time to crack on with the first big and massive window. Now I play around it with a lot to try and make the right size. At first I get it wrong and then I notice my mistake. Now I made sure the window was massive because it is a big build, so I thought it needed a big building at the back of it all. I will copy it over to the other side as well, so we have two windows both sides. Now coming underneath the window, I wanted to do a pattern that goes around the whole build itself. As you see here, me playing with one main idea, which it has a big, I changed this quite dramatically later on in the video. Now I've gone around that pattern as it is there. Now I wanted to go around the tower at the same level as that pattern to make it too thick, just to make it look a lot more of a stronger build. And I like how this sort of thing gives it an effect with the too thick bottom. put an extra layer inside the building, and I'm not going right at the way top, right up to the top, sorry. Just to make it look like a little support there. Now at first I did it wrong, I did it one high, but I'm trying to carry on the pattern of one space, to link the tower and the main build together very well. I keep toying around with this idea and eventually I come up with something I like. Adding a stone slab onto the bottom and the top of the bricks. Then I decided we'll make a pattern so it goes 1 space 1 4 1 etc. Like I said, I do change it again later on in the video. Now it's time to crack on with one of the windows on the side of the town hall. Now I play around with loads of different ideas, but what I stick with, very straightforward, very plain, but it works. Like I said, there's not really much to talk about here. This is me trying some ideas for the window. I wasn't very happy with what I've done, so I bricked it all up and then I started from the beginning. I thought, fuck it, let's just do a 2 width high window. Did the glass first before taking out the back, just to save me a job later on. Coming on the inside now, just to make sure I find where the glass is. Again, it's quite a high window, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. As you can see there, I did the glass at the front of the build as well. I kept on with the 2 high window. Adding the glass now to the big window. I was going to add the glass blocks, but then I thought, nah, the panes give it a better effect. It's looking good, making sure the building is coming along nicely. As you saw there, I did the second window as well. I just wasn't overly happy with the design, so I got rid of the window itself completely. Goodbye, motherfucker. But I kept the one at the front. Now I sort of completely wasted my time here. I did a nice pattern in the wall, sorry, but in the end I got rid of it for something else. I like the pattern, but I thought it was more for an outside, not for an inside of a build. Now you can see why I did it too thick, because doing it too thick means I can do cool designs like this into the wall. But as you can see, that does look like an outside of a wall, not an inside. Getting rid of them designs I did at the top of the wall because they just look shit. Coming onto the front wall now of the walkway, also say behind the walkway. And I stuck with that cross pattern, which I do change later on in the video. I just wanted to make sure it didn't look as plain and boring as it did just with the window. Taking out the bottom one to actually make it a proper cross, as a religious cross. Then adding a slab just to make it look more smaller. If you get my drift, man. Now I wanted to add a pattern, but this time instead of removing the stone, I wanted to add the stone. so it's like an embossed style. Go along with one layer of the stone brick and working out where the centre is next. So I've got 3 archways on the main front of the build. And later on in the video, I do add a cross onto that bit in the middle of the main archway. Come along to the side, and this time I wanted to make one big arch, which later on turns into a circle, diagonal, triangle thingy shape. Turn around with this cross pattern, which later on I get rid of because I don't like it. It might work for some people, but for me it doesn't really work. In Minecraft, that's all it's about, is just trial and error, try and error. If you don't like it, try again. So like I said earlier, I was making it into like a well, it's more of a diamond shape, isn't it? Not a circle. Idiot. Can't really make circles in Minecraft that well. Making the pattern go right to the floor and adding brick to go along. But I didn't like the effect the brick gave, so I put slabs so you can actually stand on it. I will be copying this pattern over to the other side later on. Again, this time making the brick go right to the top of the ceiling as well. Adding top support beam just to give it a nice effect. So there we go, that is the finished product. You didn't see me do that bit above the walkway. All that is upside down stairs and stairs to give it that support effect. There's the patterns on the side that I decided to do in the end. And at the back, like I said, I changed it a little bit, and they're like nice little pickaxes at the back as our symbol. Next episode, I will be hitting the roof and then doing all the finishing touches to the build itself. Then after that, I might actually try and design a nice flag for the city to go behind the town hall itself. I'm not yet sure what the city will be called, but like, favourite and subscribe. Adios, bye bye!